Yo, yo, yo. Dang, voice cracking and everything. What's up with that? Shout out to everybody coming through the stream. Let me know where you guys are from and what you do. Welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music production, and music business. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe. Listen, today is just that kind of day. Hold on, let me take this. Hey, I'm live. I don't know if you knew or not. I am hanging out with the people. You know how we get down. Okay. All right. Yeah. Bye. All right. I think we good now. So shout out to everybody on the stream. So yeah. So I'm having like a bunch of technical stuff. So I had an Instagram post scheduled to go out at noon, which is the same time that I go live. But for whatever reason, it was on auto post, but it didn't auto post. So then I had to like manually post that, and then it was giving me like weird audio issues. Um, so yeah, and then I got on this joint and my voice was cracking and all that stuff, but it's all good. We're here. Make sure you guys hit the likes, the like, share, subscribe. And we're gonna get into it, man. I see we got some people from Seattle. Shout out to my guy Dan. Appreciate you coming through. Shout out to Creative. What's good, bro? Good to see you again. From Idaho. That's what's up. Man, yes, it is Wednesday. It's hump day, and we humping through the week. So it's been a pretty productive week thus far. Finishing up some mixing on some songs. I was just on Instagram Live finishing up a sports queue. We got the NBA Finals and everything going, so sports energy is definitely in the air. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and create a bunch of sports stuff while that's what's hot right now. So yeah, what's up, Inigo? Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. So yeah, man. So today I want to talk a little bit about how to overcome like self-doubt in music licensing. I see a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people stay stuck because they're doubting themselves on whether or not they can do it, whether or not they can get their music placed, whether or not their music is good enough, whether or not the mix is good enough, whether or not the structure is good enough, whether or not, I don't know, like just figuring out how to reach out to people is good enough. Like, and it's I know how it is because I mean I've been through it as well. So I'm gonna give you guys, I guess, some advice on how to get through that, because that, if you can get through that, you're good. And the time you really experience that the most is before you actually get your first placement. Once you get your first placement, whether it's TV, whether it's film, whether it's an artist, a major artist, whatever, once you get that first one, it boosts your confidence, because now you kind of have proof of concept. Like, it's possible. Now you just go back, retrace your steps, replicate what worked, and then you try and do it again. And then after you do it a couple more times, then for sure, you like, your confidence is real high. So you know what you're doing now. It just wasn't a one-off or a coincidence, or luck, or whatever you want to call it. So you got to work through that like initial phase, man, of just not knowing and doubting yourself. And the only way to work through it is to you just put yourself out there. Just throw yourself out there, like jumping off a plane, skydiving or something. Like, just throw the music out there. Just reach out. Just do everything you need to do to put yourself in the position to get the first placement. Like, don't think about having like 100 placements and just throw it. Just put yourself out there. Because you'll stay stuck wondering like what if, or just you'll be stuck just wondering if it's good enough instead of just finding out if it's good enough. It's better to submit the music. It's better to reach out and then somebody tell you no, or possibly tell you no and why. So now you can at least go back and then make adjustments, make changes or whatever on what you need to do so that you can, start to see some success. But if you don't do that, if you don't take that first step, it's going to be real hard to get started. It's going to be hard to get to first placement. You'll never get to it. And then you'll never get to 10. You'll never get to 100, 1,000. You'll never, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that, man. You don't want to stay stuck. So the best way to really overcome doubt is to just put it out there, throw it out. It's just like YouTube. Like I teach people in my like YouTube course, like throw that first video out. Like it's the hardest part because you're scared of what people gonna think. You nervous about, you just looking stupid on camera, like just looking awkward and weird. Like be awkward and weird on that joint and get those first videos out so you can grow the channel. It's the same thing with music licensing. Like throw those tracks out, even if you think they're trash. Like submit them, see what they say. They may not be as trash as you think. So that's my advice on on kind of working past that doubt. Just focus on that one placement, get that first one, and then your confidence is gonna shoot up, and then you know what to do after that. So super important, man. We're trying to get to, for those who don't have any placements, you're just trying to get to the first one. That's it. Don't overthink it. Just get to that first placement. What's up, Squid Sounds? Being a newer producer, it's like you have to prove yourself. Just put out the work and see what happens. Exactly. You just got to put it out. Because you don't know, like you can just be in your own head and just hyping stuff up, and it probably ain't even that big of a deal. I guarantee you, like, it's not as bad as you think. Like, the worst thing somebody can say is no. What happens if they say no? You still gonna go back and make music. You still gonna go back and make beats. So just hurry up, get to the no. And it may end up being a yes. It may not even be a no, but you'll never know. Like I can't live with like never knowing. Like I'm gonna at least find out. You know what I mean? Like even if I'm not the most confident, like I'm gonna find out. Like you're gonna have to tell me no, because I'm gonna come and I'm gonna ask and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna put that that first step forward, because I gotta know. Like I need a definite answer. And that's what worked. That's what worked for me. What's up, Relay Concepts? Good to see you. So we here, man. It's a live Q&A. Hit me with your questions. For the new people coming in, let me know. We're talking about music licensing, music business, and music production, and overcoming self-doubt, and getting to that first TV placement. For everybody who's trying to get, trying to get TV placements, whether it's a TV show, a film, on a streaming platform, on a video game, whatever. That's what we talking about. Excuse me. Inigo, I submitted to Smash Coast about 5-song playlist about 2 weeks ago, but haven't heard anything back. How long before I shoot a follow-up email? Definitely give them some time. I know they're super busy, and I know they go through their submissions. So I would say give them some time, because they're juggling multiple projects and things like that, and they get a lot of submissions. Especially, I'm sure they got swamped after that podcast as well. So give them time, and I'll say just to be safe, maybe a month. And then take his advice and just ask. Well, I guess you're waiting for them to respond, so I say give it about a month, man. See if they come around, and then if you don't hear anything back a month later, and then just follow up with new music or something like that, like a few more tracks, and submit those. So yeah, hopefully you hear it back though, because I know from the music you've shared on Fridays, man, it's been some dope stuff. Los Angeles, what's up? Like hearing this kind of practical advice in terms of mentality. Absolutely, man. That's where it all starts. Like, you talk to any successful person that I've seen any amount of success in any industry, whatever, starts with the mind. And what stops a lot of people is their own mind. Like, it's just talking to themselves in their head, which is just filled with fear and doubt. And that's super crippling, man. It'll cripple you for sure. And a lot of times, man, the things that like you're telling yourself in your head are not even true. Like nobody's even thinking about half the half the stuff that's going on in your mind. Like it's not true. You know what I mean? Like you have to put yourself out there so someone can actually tell you, yes, this is good. No, this isn't good. This is why, so that you know where to improve or what you need to do next. But you'll never know what to do next if you don't take action and do the first step. So yeah, shout out to James, man. He says just do. That's what I'm talking about. That's action. Do. You gotta do. You gotta take action. Andrew Robinson says, is there an industry email list? I'm not sure what that is. Like for all, like I know there's like a who's looking list. I don't know if that's still out. If they still make that. There's lists out there. You know, I have a music licensing list of companies and my Roads to 10 Placements bundle. There's tons of companies out there. But I don't recommend anyone to just take any list, not even my list. Like, don't take my list and then just blast everybody the same exact email, copy and paste email, and without doing any research on the company. That's a setup for failure, right? Like, you want to matter of fact, on my Instagram, we just had Morgan McKnight from the Production Music Association talking about how to email music libraries. If you haven't seen that, go to my Instagram page at ClintMusic and check that out. Super dope advice on how to email music libraries. And I just threw another clip on like just, you know, how to do research on a music library. You know, so you know, you gotta tailor, you gotta do research, you gotta figure out what they need, figure out how you can add value to your situation. Shout out to James, man. Hey, we gotta get the ball moving on this sync licensing journey, because these snakes, man, we can't be out here playing with snakes. That was crazy. I feel you though. But yeah, man, no, because the talent's definitely there, man. We gotta get that. We gotta get that. We gotta get those placements, man. So, yeah, indeed. What are the top benefits with signing on with Sound Exchange? Shoot, I don't even know yet. Like, I done signed up with Sound Exchange like 3 years ago. I ain't seen a royalty yet. So if somebody know, let me know. But I think they collect like the is it non-interactive? I think they collect on non-interactive royalties for copyright owners. So I know before they pay you out, you actually have to accumulate something. I think they have like a threshold or something. So once you like accumulate that amount, then they'll cut you a check or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what they do. It's just collecting a different type of royalty, or like some type of digital royalty or whatever. So many different things out here, man. Like different things to learn where and how to collect stuff. It's overwhelming. I see why most people be confused about the business of music, because that crap is mad complex. Like so many layers, and it's crazy. We do the best we can to learn as much as we can, but it can get crazy sometimes. Like I still be learning new stuff. Like, really? It's crazy. Shout out to Marlon. What's good, Marlon? Appreciate you coming through. For the new people, man, welcome. It's a live Q&A. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, so yesterday, last night, It was game 1 of the NBA Finals. So I decided to turn the joint on and then just cook up, while that's happening. So this is what I'm gonna try. This is what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna create instrumental sports cues for the entire duration of the finals. hopefully it's a good series, so I can get a good amount of tracks out of it. But I want to see how many tracks I can create by the end of the last game of the finals. And then I'm gonna take those tracks and then, I'll be submitting them for for licensing and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Cause what I like to do, man, I like to create like in batch, or in bulk, like while I'm in the vibe, like while I'm in the mood. So it's like during NBA finals, it's like the NBA finals. So it's like you in the mood, you just watching it. It's on the TV. So while I'm in that vibe, while I'm in that mode, I'm gonna just be cooking up, and I'm gonna open up my little sports template and get to work every game night. So that's what I'm doing, man. I'm excited about it, low key. I be geeking out about this stuff. It's crazy. Because I don't know, that's how I stay motivated. And I mean, I don't really have a problem staying motivated, but I like to do different things. When you got to crank out a bunch of music, man, I just like to do creative things to push me to create music sometimes. And it keeps it interesting, not that I get bored. I love what I do. But I just like to make things interesting and challenging sometimes. So I like do these little competitions with myself. What to pitch versus what to release. What's up, Reese? Shout out to Reese in the building. He's back. What to pitch versus what to release. Good question, man. I pitch everything. Honestly, man. I take that back. The stuff on my beat store, I release. I release as like instrumental singles or instrumental albums. I release that stuff. Everything else I pitch. This year I haven't even made any beats for my beat store. This year, it's dedicated like 100% to sync. I want to get a lot more full songs placed this year. So I've been creating more full songs. But yeah, man, I try and pitch everything, cause I want my music working for me. And the beat store stuff is cool. The streaming stuff is cool. I see some streaming royalties. It's nothing crazy significant. It may be anywhere from like $60 to $100 a month every couple months from streams. Like it's nothing crazy. But with sync, the thing about the TV placements and pitching that is because I know that this stuff has a high chance of getting used because I'm optimizing everything for specifically for TV. And then I know it can get placed like in a bunch of different places to start generating royalties for me. So, it's something that I can continue to get paid for a long time. And that is more appealing to me than, it just sitting on a streaming platform collecting royalties and things like that. So yeah. When making beats for TV and commercials, is it best to try to create a certain emotion or feel? Absolutely. That's what it's all about. It's creating emotion, creating feeling, creating a vibe. Does this song make you sad? Does it make you happy? Does it get you hyped? Does it make you tense and on edge? You know what I mean? Like, these are emotions that happen in TV and film. So it's important to be able to, and even when you're describing tracks and metadata and stuff like that, a lot of times those keywords are those emotions and feelings. So yeah, absolutely. Los Angeles, surprised to hear you suggest an intro email to libraries instead of direct music submissions. I imagine they have limited time and access music to hear, so they are less interested in intros. Yeah, so the intro email it's a guide of like what to say, which is your name, introduce your name, what you do, and if they're accepting submissions. Now you can go and take that and tailor it and personalize it to a specific company after you've done your research, but that's just a guide of what to say. In other words, like, keep that joint short, sweet, to the point, right? So let me see. Instead of direct, I guess I'm confused on what you mean. Direct music submissions versus libraries, because that's like, it's the same thing. Like, the music libraries are the ones that need the music. So if you're reaching out to a library, that is a direct music submission, unless you're talking about submitting directly to a music supervisor or a production company. So yeah, but yeah, you're right in them having limited time, and that's the point of keeping the email, the intro short. But you have to introduce yourself. Like, you can't just send a link. Like, I get DMs all day, and I'm not even, the crazy thing is, like, I'm not even a music super or a library. Like, people just send me links. But you never want to just send a link and just send the music, because it's gonna get ignored. Like, nobody, it's like if I walked up to you, right? We're in a public place, right? We at the mall. I just walk up to you. You in the food court because you hungry. You trying to get something to eat. I just walk up to you and I just hand you my album. Like, how it would be mad random. Like, how would you feel if I just walked up to you and you in the line at Chick-fil-A and I just hand you my album? I don't say anything. I just hand it to you. Like, I'm in your personal space, bro. Or I don't know, Los Angeles, if you're I don't know what your gender is, but because of the first, your name is Los Angeles, and the face, I'm not sure. But if I just walked up to you and did that, that would be weird, bro. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, why? You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with email, man. These are humans we're approaching. So you want to approach them like you would approach somebody in real life. Like, you're just not going to walk up to somebody with an album and just like hand it to them. First of all, I don't even know why you'd be carrying a CD in real life and in person anyway. But, you know, you wouldn't do that. It's just like, yo, let's have some context to this streaming link that I'm going to send you. You know, the context is, I'm another human being. This is my name. I'm Clint. I produce music for TV and film. You know, I see that you guys do this, that, blah, blah, blah. It has to be some context, because, and this goes across social media as well. If you're on social media and you just DM somebody a link, it happens every day. I do not open those joints. I don't read them. I don't even take the time to delete all of them. I delete them in bulk. I just let them sit there, and then usually sometime during the month, I just delete all of them, because it's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're sending this. You've given me no value, so I have no reason. I'm not obligated to open it. So it's just like, why? Don't do it. You're wasting your time. And I talk to other people in the industry, and other peers. They do the same thing. They ignore it. It stays on. Even if they open it, it just stay on red, or they don't open it at all, because it's just a link. Like, what is this? What do you want me to do? There's no call to action. There's no introduction. I didn't ask for it. It's unsolicited. You know what I mean? So you got to think about those things when you're reaching out. So that's why I created, in the Road to 10 Placements course, like a sample introductory email, to give you an idea of just basic things to cover when you're reaching out to companies, so you're not sending an email with no subject and no body and just a link. So hopefully that explains it. So an intro including links is fine. So I what I teach is I usually don't start off by sending links at all. Like I'll just send that intro email and just and get permission, because different companies have different protocols as far as submitting music, right? So some may have, you may go to a website and they may have it right there on the website where you can submit music there. In that case, you don't need to send an email and a link and all that stuff. They have it where you can upload it, boom, 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 type in your name, keep it moving. But then some other companies, they may use Disco and may have like a Disco Dropbox where you can just upload the track straight to their Disco. Or they may have certain ways they want to receive music. So I always ask first, unless it's like super clear on their website how they want to receive music. And then it just makes life easier. Because they won't have an issue telling you, how they want to get it, how they want to receive it. So yeah, if you ask, man, you can't really go wrong. I have heard some music supervisors say like just send them the link because I'm opening the joint anyway. It's different. It's just different for everybody. So you just kind of have to figure it out, or just ask, at the end of the day. What's up, Brian? Welcome to the stream. Brian says, to submit to libraries, should you have a full album ready along with stems? I would say definitely having stems can't hurt you. I would have them at least on standby, or at least be prepared to bounce them, because again, that's going to depend on the library too. Some they like stems in different ways for different libraries. You don't necessarily have to have a full album. I always start off with like a few tracks, like 5 tracks, just so they can get an idea of what I do. And then from there, one library I started a relationship with years ago. I just started with a few tracks, and he was like, yeah, these are dope. And they were really picky and selective. So the first batch I sent, he didn't like any of them. Again, going back to, just hearing no, like he didn't like them, but he knew from those tracks that, I could produce. I had the ability to make good music. So what we did, I went in and created some new tracks that he did like, and then finally he accepted those tracks. I think I did that a couple times, and then from there he reached out, asked me to produce an album for the library. And then that's when I kind of, went in and did the album after that. So, and I know people who start off with albums as well. That could work as well. If it's a library that, they put out full albums of a certain genre that you think they could use or be valuable to them, you can do that as well. Marlon says, in your opinion, what genre or style of music is harder or less likely to get a placement? Man, music that's not mixed, mastered, and just very, very poor production, writing, and vocal quality. That's probably my best answer, man. And like super duper slow stuff, because I feel like if it's good, like there's so many different places music can be used. Now, some things may not get placed as often as others, such as, slow music versus mid up tempo stuff. That stuff gets placed a lot, but there's still opportunities out there for a specific vibe. But yeah, I mean, there's styles for everything. You got different types of channels, networks that have different styles of shows and different vibes musically. So yeah, I think the best thing is to figure out what you do best, and then find companies who represent that. That's what I would do. Should it be a 4-bar intro? Yeah, depending on how fast the track is. Like, I usually go by seconds, so no longer than like 14 seconds for an intro. Keep those joints short. Chance favors the prepared mind. Something I heard Ninth Wonder say when he first met Jay-Z. Man, yeah, that's powerful. It's like preparation meeting opportunity. You can have a dope opportunity fall in your lap, but if you're not prepared, if you haven't been getting prepared for when that opportunity comes, you miss out on it, and then it's like no longer opportunity because you can't even capitalize off of it because you weren't prepared. You just weren't prepared, and a lot of people. I know some. I've heard stories of people just missing out on like 5-figure placements because things weren't lined up and they weren't prepared to do business at that level. And there's a breakdown in communication as far as all the collaborators on the track. They missed out on 5 figures. And they was ready to use that joint too. So it sucks, man. But yeah, you gotta, a lot of people want like the opportunity and things like that, but they're really not ready because they're not taking the time before that opportunity comes to get prepared. So yeah, then you gotta learn hard lessons like that. Tall Genius, what's up? All is well. Did you submit beats in sync licensing format as you stated in your course, or did you send your beats in a default format for an artist? I use the format that I mentioned in the Road to 10 Placements course, and in the How to Structure Instrumentals for TV course, which is the same. I mentioned it in the Road to 10 Placements course, like in text form and things like that. But I go into detail in the video course on how to structure your instrumentals for TV, because I feel like it just, makes it easier to understand where you can visualize it and watch me actually do it and structure it out. But yeah, I use that format. Like I just finished a track today, use the exact same format, because it's been working, man. Like, hey, if it works, I'm not changing that joint. I may alter it, like as far as like verses and hook, like which ones come first. But yeah, man, that's the structure I use, man, all the time. But yeah, I think when I first started my Road to 10 Placements journey, one library that I had reached, or one publisher that I reached out to, I had sent them tracks that was tracks that I did for artists originally, and that's when he broke it down. He was just like, these don't need to be that long, bro. Like, he was like, you need to cut these down, and then throw that sting ending on there. And that after that, like I heard that again, it goes back to putting yourself out there. I didn't know, but I still submitted. But then I got that feedback, from taking that first step of just putting my music out there, submitting it. I got that feedback, so I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do now moving forward. And then I started to see my placements increase as a result of, restructuring the way I produce music for TV versus for an artist. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Should you stay away from samples when trying to get placements? Yes. Yeah, like especially like from other people's songs, stay away from those joints. They don't want to deal, licensing companies don't want to deal with the headache of samples. What's up, Paradox? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's where most producers struggle, man. They don't know how to get. I didn't know how to get my beats out there, especially on TV and film. But listen, you need to grab the you can grab the guide. It's a free 6-step guide. ClintProductions.com/link in bio. Grab the free guide. That gives you a brief overview. But if you want to dig deeper, grab the whole Road to 10 Placements bundle. Right now I have it for $27. I'm about to raise the price soon because it's $27 for information that will teach you how to make money with your music for the rest of your life. Like, it's something you can replicate over and over and over again. And like royalties, I was just talking about on IG, like, if I was, in order for my royalties to stop, like just zero, I would have to stop making music and not submit anything. And then they're still gonna keep going because of stuff I did. Like, I got beats that I submitted 5 years ago that are still getting placed on new stuff. Somebody just hit me up and said they heard my beat on the newest season of Love and Hip Hop. Like, I did that beat a long time ago. So it like keeps getting pulled and keeps getting used over and over and over again. So it would take a long time for it to actually stop. So it's a very, very small price to pay to learn a skill, to help you monetize and, you know, hopefully ultimately create passive income that'll last, you know, for the rest of your life and beyond, really. And then the important element to add to that, you know, before you check out, is adding the how to structure instrumentals for TV, because that is the secret sauce that like a lot of the companies won't tell you about. Like I told you, I had one publisher out of all the companies I was submitting to, you know, tell me, yo, like this is how you can optimize your tracks for TV by switching up the structure. So in the video course, I break down the structure that I use, the structure that I teach other producers who have gotten placements, and it's proven it works, right? So if something works, you don't have to bump your head and try and figure out and refigure out something that we already figured out, you know what I mean? So just use a structure that works to optimize your track so that you increase your chances of it actually getting placed and actually getting accepted into a library. Because your beats could be dope, but then if the structure is off and it's not giving the editors, you know, what they need when they're placing this stuff, they're gonna say no and then just keep it moving. Like, a lot of times they won't even tell you like why, and then you're just sitting there with like a dope beat that they said no to, and then a lot of people will give up because like you don't have no information. Like, okay, no, but like why? So that's why I created that, because like that's when I seen, you know, more success with my tracks being used once I switched over to using a structure that, you know, that's optimized and that has the elements that they look for. And this is stuff that has been on I just seen the Producer Whisperer posted the theme song to Knight Rider, and they had a sting ending at the end of that joint, which is a super important element to have in all your tracks. But this is stuff that it's always been done for like years and years and years, so it works, and there's a reason why. So yeah, make sure you grab that, man. That's how you get started, and, you know, apply the information. The information's on me, but the execution's on you. Like, you got to take the steps to make it happen. You got to take action. Don't overthink it. Just go through it. Make sure everything is lined up right. And you know, I'm on here every Wednesday live, so if you have questions along the way, I'm here as a resource to get you unstuck, because new questions come up as you go through the process, obviously, naturally. So yeah, make sure y'all grab that joint. Let's see what we got. Does every song have to be registered with a pro before submission, or can it be done afterwards? Yeah, it can be done afterwards. So yeah, a lot of times when you're working with music libraries, they're registering the songs on your behalf anyway, since they're the publisher. So most times, like, I don't even have to worry about that. The only time I have to worry about registration beforehand is like if I'm pitching like directly to, a music supervisor or something like that. And I'm keeping both the publishing and the writer's share. So that's the only time I really have to worry about that. What if I'm not looking for artists than just movies? Because I was told that artists aren't wanting to pay for beats, so I haven't sent any to artists. Nah, I don't blame you, man. There's there's some artists out there that are serious, man, but it seems to be few and far in between. And I think the thing with artists, man, is just like they're trying to figure out how to monetize as well to make the investment make sense. Like if you paying $1,500 for an exclusive beat, $1,000 for an exclusive beat, then it's just like, man, like where am I gonna make that money back? Now that's their job to figure out, but I can see why a lot of them struggle like paying for beats if they want exclusive stuff. Obviously, you have the leases that you can lease some stuff if you're not there yet to get exclusive stuff. But that is what it is. But yeah, man, like I mean, my primary focus is TV and film. Like I've been on both sides. I produce for major artists. I produce for indie artists. I produce for TV and film. I've wasted less time producing for TV and film. I've wasted a lot of time, man, like pitching, creating packs, sending it to managers, A&Rs, all that stuff, going back and forth with artists. A lot of time has been spent doing that, whereas I can sit down, create some tracks that I know is going to do well on TV, send it off, and be done with it. It gets placed. It may not get placed. It may get placed 3 years from now, but it's gonna work eventually. So yeah, that's what I focus on now. No doubt, Paradox. Is it a good idea to make an instrumental album to pitch? Somebody else just asked that. Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. You can do I think the main thing again is just researching whoever you're pitching it to, making sure it's something that they can actually use. Tracy Brown, what's good, man? Good to see you, bro. Shar, what's up? Can you create a video on how to make full songs for TV and film with vocals that seem like full songs are up in demand? Man, that's a good one. So I'll tell you straight up, like, it's the full songs I've been making have been very, very similar to the tracks that I make. They're structured like pretty much the same now, like, except they just have vocals. I don't put bridges in them, so it'll be a couple verses, a couple hooks, and then I end it. And that's been the formula for me lately. Like I just started applying the same formula I use for my instrumentals, except now it just has vocals, and I just been kind of running with it. So I'm curious to see, what these batches of songs that I've been creating, see, how they do with that, with that new format. Well, not new format, but before I was just doing full songs, bridges and everything. And I still have some that have bridges, but now I'm just kind of getting to the point with the songs too. So what about publishing? Should I self-publish? Do you have relationships? If you have relationships, yeah, self-publish. If you don't, then you're gonna spend time building relationships. You're gonna spend more time trying to building relationships than making music if you're trying to become a published. But it is possible. You're just gonna have to put in the groundwork to build relationships, which is a route. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock it. I do it occasionally as well. But if you're the type who wants to focus on the creative aspect of making the music and then sending it to someone else who already has relationships, give them their cut, then that's, you know, that's a way to go as well. So yeah. Tall Genius, do you think joining the PMA is something we should do before we submit to music libraries? Yeah, I think, hey, you can't go wrong. Like, if you do it before, after, during, they're a resource, you know what I mean? You know, Morgan told us straight up when she was on here, like, they're there to help you get your first placement too. And being a member can make, you know, a lot of conversations easier, you know, with approaching certain music libraries who are also PMA members. So yeah. Adam Toon, what's up? My advice: make something unique that music libraries can't say no to. I teamed up with a rapper and we created a hip-hop album with a specific mood. We just got it accepted into a well-known library. Dope. Congrats. And yes, I agree. A specific mood, man, like a theme. You know, when you do an album, usually there's a theme. So yeah. Dope stuff, man. I asked that question because I used to rap, so I'll be rapping and singing over my own beats for TV. Yeah, dope. Go, yeah, do it. Cause now you got a full song and you got the instrumental. So now you got like 2 chances of that joint getting placed. If they don't want the full song and they just want the instrumental, boom, you still gonna get paid the same. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's dope. And you can take advantage of like more briefs and stuff, because now you can do, you know, if it's for a full song, you can do that. If it's just instrumental, you know, you can do that. So yeah. Kevin from San Diego, appreciate you coming through, man. Cut Loose, what's up? You started testing Song Trader yet? No, I haven't. I've been creating music, but no, I haven't. But I will. I have it on my list to start this Song Trader. What do you call? What did I call it? Case study. Yeah. See what they're about, man. See what Song Trader is talking about. So yeah, it's on my list of something that I want to do, because it just seems like they're just like, I don't know, man. It's like they're really trying to I don't know, trying to carve out a lane, man, for themselves, a name for themselves, I should say. Because the lane is already there. Like, you know, brands and music have been in collaboration forever. So that's nothing new, but Song Trader seems like they're trying to do their thing and establish themselves, you know, as a go-to source. So I'm curious to see what they do. So I got a few more minutes. I'll answer some more questions because it seems like I'm losing my voice. I've been talking too much. Yeah. So man, shout out to my guy Walt Woods, man. I'm gonna have him on the podcast. He just I think he just found out he got a placement on some Oculus VR video game or something like that. He took the Road to 10 Placements course a couple years ago. And we've had a consultation as well. And dude is just, he's crushing it right now. So I'm gonna try and get him on the podcast, man, so he can share like his journey and just like how he got started in this whole thing and how he got to the point now of getting the placements that he's been getting. So it's super inspiring. What's up, Lorenzo, man? Welcome back. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, it's a dope space, man. It's a dope space to be in. A lot of opportunity. You know, a lot of dope music that's needed, man. And they honestly, man, these companies, they need the music like more than you think. Like they need it. I should show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Let me log into my C segment. I'm gonna show y'all like how much music is used on like an episode like of a TV show. Let's see if I can find a cue sheet. Okay, let's go through the select the images that have traffic lights. Get through that. Like, it's crazy. Let's see. Nah, that's not that much. It's like on the low end. Let's see. Let's find one of these reality shows that use a boatload of music. I think one of them I seen like it was like literally like 100 and something. Okay, here we go. I'm about to show y'all all the music that gets used on a particular show. Let me try not to show people's like personal information. All right. So this is $1 Million Listing Los Angeles. I've done music for quite a few episodes of this show. So yeah, so this sequence number here is like, you know, it's a cue, right? It's where music was used, shows you how long it was used and what type of use and all that stuff. The most you'll probably see more BI, which is background instrumentals. You'll probably see more of those than anything. But look, this is one episode. 30, 37, 47. We're in the 50s. We're in the 60s. We're in the 70s, 80s, 90s. This is ridiculous. 125 pieces of music. That is for, I don't know how long their episodes are. It may be like a 45-minute show, 30 minutes, hour. I don't know. I haven't really watched it, but that's 100 and something pieces of music being used, which means that's like 100 and something opportunities to have music placed on one episode. Now there's multiple episodes throughout the season, and this is just one show. So you multiply that, I don't know, say there's 10 episodes in the season. 10 times 100 is that like 1,000 opportunities. That's one show. Then you multiply that by how many shows a particular network has. Say a network has 10 shows, now you at 10,000. You know what I mean? And this is just one network. So now you think about all the networks on network TV, all the networks on cable TV, all the networks on satellite, all the networks on Hulu, or not all not all the networks, but like all the shows on Hulu, all the shows on Netflix, all the shows on Amazon, all the video games, all the YouTube channels, all the YouTube series. I've had placements on like YouTube series as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. So they need music, man. And they fly through it. Like, I talked to an editor once, and like literally, like, he's just like, he was editing scenes for like a reality show, and was just pulling track after track, like boom boom. Like I just like I need a lot of music. Like they just use so much music, and like there's just so many scenes and vibes and moods and emotions and things like that. You know, so there's plenty of opportunities out here. You just gotta know, you gotta know how to capitalize off of them, know how to prepare, and know how to position yourself, so you can take advantage of them. So that's what I try and teach people, man, in my Road to 10 Placements course is how to position themselves, how to prepare the music, how to structure the music, how to reach out, how to find the opportunities, how to find the companies that need music, all that stuff, man. Because once you have the information and once you understand it and you know how to implement it, you can literally take the music on your computer and make it make money for you. You turn it into royalty checks, which, like I said, can last. Hopefully they last beyond your life and create, some form of generational wealth, man, as they continue to accumulate. As long as you keep working, you keep applying the information, it builds up, it adds up, and it can grow exponentially if you keep putting the works in. So yeah, definitely smash the like button, man. If y'all enjoyed this stream, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't, make sure you grab the free 6-step guide. Or if you want to dig deeper, you want to know exactly what I did to get my first 10 TV placements in a little over a year, it's in my Road to 10 Placements blueprint. And you can get all that stuff using that same link, ClintProductions.com, link in bio, and get the free 6-step guide. So I'm out, y'all. I got some other mixes I got to knock out. I got a meeting coming up. And yeah, just back to work, back on the grind. So make it through hump day, stay motivated, keep pushing. Don't let self-doubt stop you. There's opportunities out there. Put yourself out there. Whether it's a no, whether it's a yes, you'll never know until you put yourself out there. All right, y'all. Peace.